Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. Comedian Michael Kosta is here. We'll be at the Funny Bone March 12th through 15th in Des Moines, Iowa. The Punchline, April 17th to the 19th in Sacramento, California. And the Comedy Mix, April 25th to the 26th.
You got Canada on here?
Yeah, I got Vancouver, yeah.
That's a fun place.
Yeah, dude, I've been to Vancouver a few times. You know, obviously for work, and great city.
And there's that street.
A lot of broads.
Hastings, I believe.
Yeah.
Where you can, and I hope I'm not saying anything I'm not allowed to, you can it's government-sponsored places to go use drugs. So it's so long as you do it clean.
You know what? I got to go back.
Yeah, you know, I probably shouldn't be bringing this up to you, but you can go and
I fly to Vancouver for the weekend.
And they'll test your heroin to see what quality it is, so they know if you're not going to overdose.
Kidding.
Literally, this is like what the government. It's crazy. And my friend walked me down there last time, and I was fascinated. But yeah, they give you safe houses, safe, clean needles, all that stuff.
Is there a part of you that would try heroin? I like asking people because I never shot it up. I never got that.
Yeah.
I never smoked cocaine. I never freebased or crack. And again, I'm wearing that like a badge of honor. But to me, that was the next level. Is there a part of you that would try heroin on any level?
Absolutely.
Just out of curiosity.
I mean, I'm not. I mean,
a lot of people have that curiosity of like, you know, how have you tried it?
I have not tried it. It's
well, don't.
It's scary. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, your book, some other personal experiences with, you know, the hell stories that you hear.
Right.
But no, the reason they're addictive and fun is because they seem fun.
You feel good.
You feel good, and so that does. I grew up. I was a highly ranked junior tennis player, and I was first drug tested at the age of 11. So from 11, and then I played in college.
How old are you?
I'm 34.
Oh, okay, so wow, that's crazy.
And then I was drug tested in college at University of Illinois, and then I played professional tennis for 3 years, and I was drug tested. So when I stopped playing tennis, I was like 26, and I had never done a drug.
Wow.
I never even smoked pot.
Good for you.
Right, which is good.
Because you're always afraid of losing the tennis.
Because I didn't want to lose the tennis. But then all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, I can do, you know. So
now you're like a kid in a candy store.
It does all intrigue me. Fortunately, I haven't gone there. I'm not planning on it.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Did you get the full scholarship for tennis?
I got a scholarship to play tennis at University of
Illinois.
Yeah, University of Fighting Illini.
That's as big time as it gets,
It was
man.
fun. It was fun. Yeah.
So yeah, you had a lot of fun doing that, I'm sure.
I had a lot of fun doing that. It was fun to be. We were the best team in the Big Ten for 4 years. It's really
fun. You were
fun.
the best team in the Big Ten.
We were ranked #1 in the country at one point. The first team ever, tennis team north of Atlanta, to be ranked #1 in the country.
Your senior year, junior year?
My junior year, we were ranked 1. But it's fun to be good at sports at a school that isn't good at sports. Does that make sense?
Well, because we were Illini with hoops. They get to Sweet 16 every once in a while, you know. But I don't know about football.
They had a good football team in the early '90s. They were.
But for
early
the big,
98, they went to the Sugar Bowl. Kirk Kittner.
Yeah, but
was
you're
the
in
coach.
the league of Michigan, and you know you're in that league.
I mean, these guys, you know, Michigan would come to town, and everyone in Illinois would go, "Oh, it's our rival, Michigan." And I go, "I'm from Michigan. I don't even know if they know."
Rival.
They don't even know that Illinois is. And you guys would win 52-3.
I love that that's a rival.
Yeah, they always think it was the rival, but
that's like when I first my first break in show business was Mad TV. Sketch guy. It actually lasted 14 years. I don't know how that. I still get checks, but I was on the first 2 years.
But you weren't on Mad TV for 14 years.
No, I was on for 2. The first 2.
I can't believe it was on for 14 years.
It lasted 14 years. God bless it. It's the second most successful sketch comedy show in the history of television.
That's insane.
But when we first started, they said, listen, you know, obviously we're wondering if Lorne Michaels is going to do something special because he knows we're coming on. I'm like, guys. I guarantee Lorne Michaels has not heard of this show. Like I hate to be a Debbie Downer, and to quote an SNL sketch,
right?
But I know we're not in the. But you know what we did? We did a smart thing. We did 8 shows in a row without a commercial. 8 hours of sketch comedy in a row, so we could get a leg up because SNL takes 2 and then they take a break.
Right.
And because of that 8, we got just enough of their ratings, mostly urban. Just enough of their ratings to stay on the air and forever for 14 years.
So on their
we cut into the ratings.
On their replay week, you guys would have a fresh episode.
Right, we were on. So it was a smart move. I mean, it almost killed us, but you know, 8 hours of sketch comedy right in a row. But we did good enough in the ratings that first 8 episodes to where it stayed on for 14 years.
And was that when you got that? Did you think that was the big break? And was it?
It was. I can directly. Everything that happened in my career, I could directly link back to Mad TV. I did well enough on Mad TV to get a reel tape that was impressive enough to get Norm Macdonald to notice me. I never met him before. Because of Mad TV, he casts me. He got a screen test, and I got the screen test for Dirty Work.
Yep.
Then I do 4 movies in a row right after Dirty Work. That leads to a sitcom with Norm. 2 years on a sitcom with Norm, which is money like $35,000 a week. I bought a house, a couple of network deals that were big money. I went in to promote Dirty Work.
You're doing stand-up this whole time
the whole time doing stand-up on the road. So now money's flowing in.
Yep.
That's buying your mom a house time.
Yep.
So then Norm takes me into the Stern Show to help him promote the 2 seasons of the Norm Show. So we go in 2
Which
times.
is amazing because comics aren't always helping comics.
Well,
I mean, it doesn't always happen. It
Norm
does
had very specific reasons he didn't want to deal with Howard on certain levels. Hey, man, if he brings this up, I'll just throw it to you.
Okay, perfect.
Well, Mike, Artie helped me.
Right.
Sure.
No, I mean, it does happen.
Shut his mic off. No, you're right. No, people, there are a lot of people. Actually, one's coming up next. Jimmy Florentine, one of my best friends. He helps comics that he likes. There's a lot of people, but you're right, though. For every guy that helps you, there's 15 that want you to die.
Yeah, that will stab you.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So Norm brought me in, and 2 times to promote Dirty Work, 2 times to promote his sitcom, and I always did well there because I just told those honest stories that Howard loved. I was on his radar when Jackie left. Again, it's all about timing, life. The Norm Show got canceled just as Jackie left. He knew me from that and put me in a rotation to get in that chair. And I was such a fan. I just had a leg up, and I got the job. That led to obviously all this. So every single thing can be traced back to Mad TV.
And you had a good tape from Mad TV, which is always funny because the tape was what? 5 minutes? Even though you did
it's sketches.
2 years, it's sketches, right?
So it was
characters.
it was like 12 minutes because it was all sketch stuff. And you did characters, impressions, and then like a through line of this. But because it was sketches, it held people's attention longer. So it was 12 minutes and stuff.
I'm always amazed because we do a daily show, Monday through Friday. And, you know, not to spill the beans, some of these shows are bad. You know, some of them are great, but just every single day.
It's hard, man. What you do is hard.
And it's like when you watch Carson's Greatest Hits or whatever, you know, the guy was on for 30 years.
He bombed a lot,
and
man.
the tape is 6 hours long, his Greatest Hits. I mean, it's 30 years every day. And
A
it's
lot
6
of
hours.
bits
It's amazing.
bomb.
How much stuff actually bombs and goes south.
Sketch comedy, if you do an hour of sketch comedy every week, if 30% of it's good, you're winning.
You're good, yeah.
You're winning. And you hope that people remember the good stuff. If you watch those SNLs from their heyday, 77, 76, 40, 50% of it bombs.
Terrible.
But it was so subversive and original.
Yep.
All anybody remembered were the ones that hit. And they became huge, you know? So it's like, but they, after the first 5 years, that next cast did not get that leeway with the audience. They just remembered the stuff that bombed.
You know, talking about comics who helped, Bobby Lee, who I've befriended at the Comedy Store
real
in LA.
funny guy.
I mean,
Real funny guy.
I could directly relate him to my Fox job now. He threw me a couple bones with Fox, and then all of a sudden it was just really nice that certain comics do that.
Well, listen, and then they can get you in the room, but then you got to be good.
You still got to be good.
Yeah, you got to be good. You got, but it's all directly linked back. And you have certain people like Norm Macdonald is a huge figure in my life story. I mean, without him, there's a lot of things that don't happen. And then obviously the people that casted Mad TV are the same way. Comedy's a lot. It's a lot of people rooting against you. It really is. Like, oof. But how long did you do stand-up in L.A. for before you came here?
I did 5 years in Michigan, just road dogging.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
I mean, you get good. You know?
You a lot of stage time, and no one sees you, which is great.
Right.
That no one important sees you. And then I went to L.A. and was headlining on the road, but we're talking $600 a weekend, maybe breaking even with a couple merchandise sales.
You do,
just grinding out the long sets, and then
that's hard, man.
Very hard, 45 minutes, and trying to sell a T-shirt. You hate the joke, but you got to do it because it's like because you printed 1,000 T-shirts.
Oh yeah.
But L.A. was really hard at first, and then once you kind of break in, a couple people help you out, it became really good. And I had to move to L.A. to get a TV job in New York, which doesn't make any sense. But it doesn't make any sense.
Listen, I did all my struggling in New York and on the road here.
Yeah.
And the first time I was ever in Los Angeles was a screen test for Mad TV. The first time I was ever there before I knew I'm living there.
And you booked it.
And I'm making $10,000 a week now, which is great. And stand-up money's going up. But I knew nobody.
Yeah, that is. It can be a very lonely town.
Here's
that
how
place.
my life goes. The one guy I knew, my Coke dealer in New York knew a guy in L.A. So I had a Coke dealer. I'd buy the Coke from him and say, hey, you want to get a beer? Watch the game. Because you're with the people you work with 14 hours a day.
Your social network was a Coke dealer. That's hilarious.
Very, very good
Who
stuff.
wants to get a beer with a Coke dealer? It sounds terrible.
I mean, and they're friendly, fun guys, Coke dealers.
Sure.
Well, listen, man, you're great.
Thanks,
again, come back anytime.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's an honor to be on the show with you, John Ritchie. Artie, it's cool with you as well. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Again, the Funny Bone, March 12th to the 15th, Des Moines. The Punchline, Sacramento, California, April 17th and 19th. Comedy Mix, April 25th, 26th, Vancouver. Crowd goes wild with Regis Philbin. Check him out every day. You're a busy guy, man.
Thanks, Artie.
And come back anytime. Michael
Thank you.
Kosta back with the great Jim Florentine after this.
The Artie Lange Show, weeknights on Audience, only on DirecTV.